people in the rural part of Liberia. Because in my mind, the reason why all of these protests are going on in the country is that the people are not really getting the information for the angle of the government. So at the end result, they believe that the government is not functioning at all. So what is the office of the Deputy Minister for President Public Affairs doing to ensure that our people in the 15 counties of Nigeria are getting the right information regarding the working of government? Thank you. Mr. Minister,
another question. First, let me appreciate the new minister for what they said. When you are speaking, you said that the past government received over 16 billion naira state dollars from international donors. And at that time,
correction. Passed to this town.
They are passed to this town.
To the country.
They are passed to this country. And of political man, at that
investment.
At that CC was of opposition. The opposition.
Parliament document had 2018 only. So December 31st, 2018, your permit ceased to exist. So show us your permit for 2019.
We are playing reminders.
Then you wrote a letter
from some of my press conferences
informing us that you changed your name from Voice FM to Roots FM. And information for a name change is not a letter of request for the renewal of your permit.
That was when Katuso was.
You wouldn't tell me I changed my name. You are not requesting a permit.
Thank you.
My friend and brother, Punch FM had a permit in 2018. This is 2019. Ask Punch FM to show you the letter of request for.
Welcome to our daily podcast, members of the Intelligentsia. I am honored to have you as my guest this morning. This morning, we will be looking at a number of issues that we believe we should discuss today. We are aware that we are being monitored and watched by able members, both domestic and international actors. We'll be looking at the vice president's case involving the Basiru, the whole passport saga. You, the members of the Intelligentsia, will make the determination as to what your thoughts are. Remember, as members of the Intelligentsia, the most educated, the most literate, the most critically thinking group of Liberians that assemble, regardless of your religious beliefs, your ethnic background, your political affiliation. You put country first over party. And so I must thank you all for coming forward. Having said that, let me be clear from the beginning. We'll also be looking at the CUMMINGS case. There's something striking about the CUMMINGS case. I would not even bother to look up the Constitution. I would just take it from my head and let you people, the members of the Intelligentsia, make the determination on what we will say today. We'll also be looking at the leaked audio of General Prince C. Johnson, and we'll give our opinions on it, and you, the members of the Intelligentsia, will make the determination. We also have for our political commentary today the fact that there is a tear and wear on President. We are second-term bid. Let me repeat that. There is a tear and wear on President. We are second-term bid. And only politicians and members of the Intelligentsia will understand what we're saying. Let me greet my friend and brother from school days, Sando T. Bokai. We call him Lobwe. Lobwe and I schooled together. So embrace yourself. It's not going to be pretty today. It's going to be fiery. It's going to be intellectually balanced. It's going to be politically hibernating right before your eyes. So let's get ready.
When you need to ship a car, you need transport experts you can rely on. For over 30.
hotlbr.com.
Lots of things to consider today. Marvin Bullock, how you doing, man? Good friend, school friend, childhood friend. I'm at Herman, how you doing?
So very, very hard. But you got to be strong. If you want to survive, you could be a rich man. You can be a poor man.
What happened in the vice president's case?
We are just the same. One life, one blood.
John Saki Konen,
Sometimes it gets so hard for you.
please share the video so
Everyone's a kid.
your colleagues from the class can come on board.
Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. As long as there is life, there's got to be hope. Oh, keep on trying. One day, keep on trying.
Let me check to see who
It's gonna be better.
decided to come on.
Keep on trying. Keep on trying. If you've been suffering for so long, and there's nowhere to turn,
There's nowhere to turn. You've been suffering for so long.
just take it to the Lord in prayer.
They are suggesting go and pray.
He will be on your side,
God is going to be on your side.
and you never gonna.
Come on, we need at least 60 more people. Share the video. We'll be starting with the vice president.
Thank you for all your friends. Don't lose your mind. Keep trying so hard. Some pretending love you when you have. And when you're down in life, and you
Come on, let's go. If we don't get to 150, we can't start.
don't give up.
The information,
As long
I also have
as
breaking
life,
news.
there's got to be hope. Oh,
I also have breaking
keep on
news.
trying. Forever and ever. Keep on trying.
Bad breaking news.
Keep on trying.
Big breaking news.
Keep on trying. No matter how hard it is,
Because of so much I have to do today,
there's no easy way.
I will start. If you miss class, if you don't share the video, it's up to you. I have to start. Because I have breaking news. All right, good afternoon, wherever you are. Good morning, wherever you are. And let's say good evening, wherever you are. Folks, let me be straightforward with you guys. We have a situation on our hands. And the first situation we have on our hands, like I said, we have the case of the vice president. We have the case of Alexander B. CUMMINGS. We have the situation with the Armed Forces of Liberia, the Chief of Staff, and we are members of the Intelligentsia class. And we also have a political commentary that shows evidence that there is a tear and where one president, we are second bid. I spoke English. There is a tear and where, if you like for a better statement, President Weah's popularity is eroding. I'm making this statement because I'm ready for a debate. Is eroding both domestically and internationally as a result of some issues that are unattended and unaddressed. Two words I use: unattended and unaddressed. And I talk about two actors, the domestic actors and the international actors. Having said that, let's start with the vice president's case. A fortnight ago, if you like, we read excerpts from a court document involving the vice president and one businessman, the alleged fraudster Basiru Kante. And I will bring you to an issue as to why I say, because this is one of the issues, just one of them. Imagine you have a foreign ministry. The vice president comes up and says, I don't know anything about that passport. The two-term representative of District 14 say, I don't even know the guy. But when we get to President WEAH, Tear and Wear, then as members of the Intelligentsia, I will make that case. But let me go to the vice president, then we'll come to the real issue. Too often, we see the vice president with individuals, very wealthy individuals. She has a foundation that she supports. She mingles, singles with these individuals. And I think there is a reason why leaders bring people around them. Leaders bring people around them to help them. Leaders bring people around them to help them. So, just because someone is rich does not mean you need to hang out with them. There must be proper vetting. The vice president's visitors and people. You are a vice president of a country. The other guy from Nigeria, she hung up with, they arrested that one. Basiru Kante, now arrested. And other people. Again, you say, oh, he's a Liberian. Yeah, but what if he is an armed robber? What if he is a child rapist? So because this guy is this person with this money, so it's okay. So now, the vice president makes a compelling case. I did not order the passport. Okay, fine. But the court documents says specifically that you had personal relationship, and they qualify it by saying very personal. Very personal. And some of the photos we see, you are in a compromised position with the individual. I repeat, you are in a compromised position with the individual. Our vice president, this guy puts his arm over your shoulders, lovingly. And then you, the vice president, put your hands around his waist. And I am a man. I repeat. Hold on just a second. Hello? Don't worry. No worries. I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here. You see, we the men, and I'm saying for all men to confirm this, if you are a member of the Intelligentsia and you are a male, for the benefit of the class, if a woman that is not related to us, not our sister, not our priest or preacher or anything, if we put our arms around your shoulder and you put your hands around our waist, I don't understand the phone busy. My lines are busy, but you can understand what's going on. But that's okay. If you put your hands around our waist, we got some kind of flesh right here that God gave us. Okay? But the indictment or the court record says personal relationship. And they qualify it by saying very personal relationship. As members of the Intelligentsia, I bring it to you that forget about the passport. She was very clear, very, very clear that she had nothing to do with it. But to what extent does this personal relationship with the vice president go? Don't you think that it is in our interest as a nation that this vice president speaks to the nation? Because the United States government is talking about emails and very personal relationship. They use a search warrant and they got a lot. And to mention specifically and signal out our vice president, don't you think that someone should be telling the vice president, not press statement is not enough. You need to talk to the Liberian people. You're talking about almost 12 million. And you're not seen in one photograph. There are multiple photographs, different times, different dates, different events. Don't you think, as members of the Intelligentsia, that the vice president ought to speak to the people of Liberia? I think she should. I think the indictment, the court documents, make specific reference of a very personal. So the passport is not enough. The very personal is of concern. So the Liberian people deserve to know if it is an intimate relationship, tell us. If it is a casual relationship, tell us. If it is a business relationship, then it means to some extent you were involved. But all you need to do is talk to the Liberian people. If it's personal, we will back you and say, you know what? To hell with it. You are a young woman, you even 55 years, who come in talk about your personal relationship. If it is intimate, Adam and Eve are the reason why God put them together. You are a single woman. You divorce. So which one concern anybody? Are your boyfriend, Madam Vice President? Who cares? You shouldn't be punished for falling in love. You cannot be the policewoman who killed herself. The love would have been sweet with both of you behind bars. Why kill yourself? So we are members of the Intelligentsia. We're not going to hold you responsible for having a personal relationship, whether it's personal or very personal. We are members of the Intelligentsia. will not hold you. Will not hold you responsible for finding somebody to scratch your back after Liberian people wahala. We are too intelligent for that. But if it was a business relationship and you don't tell us now, then you wouldn't have to tell us tomorrow. It will be unacceptable. I think you need to speak out. Fred, watch yourself. Intelligent people here. So the question for members of the Intelligentsia today, should the Vice President speak out on this very personal relationship? Yes, she should speak out. Yes means she should speak out. No means she should not talk. We'll take the vote. I'll be the first. I'll type my yes, meaning she should speak out on this very personal relationship. I do the presentation. We all, as intelligent people, decide. Because we are the most intelligent, the most intellectually sound, the people that hold the key to the future of our country. We are Muslims. We are Christians. We are men. We are women. We're from different ethnic backgrounds, different political parties, different financial statuses. We are only intelligent. I have voted. I believe she needs to address the nation. Okay, so we are voting as to whether the president needs to address the issue. Again, they say you had a personal relationship. But to what extent did you interfere with his alleged fraudulent business scheme? Were you a part of the scheme? Did you participate? But we deserve to know. We are your people. You must talk to us first. Don't wait for them. Don't wait for them. If there were wire transfers, like Prince Massacre is saying, tell us, what were these monies for? We have seen in America, they take money, then later on, they get the money back. They say, well, we did not know this was the case. We are returning it. And they have done it here. We can show proof. Not one time, many, many times, they have done it. So you too can do it. That's why we are saying, Takun Dixie, they say it's very personal. But as a people, and she being our leader, we say, to what extent was your personal relationship with this man? If it was just personal, not very personal, tell us. If it was very personal, tell us. If it was intimate, tell us. You don't all know about it. But if, like the other man is saying, there were lots of monies between the both of you, they said they saw a lot of emails. What were the emails? If you wait for them, then what will you tell us? What will you tell us? There are lots of people on here that are saying, her daughter 40,000. Well, To what extent? To what extent? We are the people. So talk to us first. Don't let them talk to us. So again, Madam Vice President, members of the Intelligentsia have voted that the passport issue is not enough. That the very personal relationship with this guy is very concerning. They believe you should talk to us on to what extent, whether it border on the alleged criminal act. And so it is up to you, Madam Vice President. We believe that you should talk to us. We are demanding an explanation from you as to what extent, so that we know the Liberian people, all of us, elected you as Vice President. You owe us an explanation as an elected official. So in the coming days, we will await your response. We will await your response. I want to thank members of the Intelligentsia for the vote. And we'll move on to the CUMMINGS case. We will move on to the CUMMINGS case. Folks, our Constitution says we are all entitled to equal protection under the law. True or false? The case of Alexander CUMMINGS. We are all entitled to equal protection under the law. True or false? True. Very true. We are all entitled. I am a sedition. I make no apology. Until I can leave the CDC, I'm not going to apologize. Any screw up thing they do does not mean me personally screw up. But as a part of the whole, we seditionists, we screw up. No problem. But I want to say this, and I thankfully, members of the Intelligentsia are listening. We saw at the court people booing Alexander CUMMINGS, almost beating him on that day. The government did not express concern for security for Mr. CUMMINGS. Today, the trial was canceled, citing security concerns. The same crowd that booed CUMMINGS and almost beat him flipped on the other side of the table. They booed Solicitor General as he was going into the courtroom. The naked booing and yo-yo-yo and the row, same thing for CUMMINGS. He went into the courtroom and said he feared for security. That his witness, Joseph Boakai, could not come to court, citing security concerns. If we are going to be impartial about this case, we need to demonstrate that. One day, the booing CUMMINGS and almost beating him is okay. The next day, the booing the Solicitor General, he's scared. His witness can't come because he's scared. The question for members of us, of the intelligentsia is, if the Solicitor General that got armed ERU officers assigned to him and the Vice President that got armed EPS officer assigned to him are citing security concerns for the same small in the body man that only have bodyguards with no guns. How are we not justified as intelligent people for saying that this trial is not impartial? How are we not justified by saying that the government is prosecuting this man as intelligent people? Even though it is fair to state that it's ARP-UP versus him. As intelligent people, it happened to him, the trial is allowed to go on. It happened to y'all, you guys are better than him. Your lives are more important than his life. Your emotions should be secure and his unsecure. You have reasons to call off a trial, citing security concerns, but he does not have the same reason. How? I thought we are all supposed to be equal under the law. And I thought that members of the intelligentsia will agree that everyone is entitled to equal protection under the law. Why did you fail to protect CUMMINGS? But now the law is protecting you. Members of the intelligentsia class, I put it to you, I advance it to you. Today, CUMMINGS was treated unfairly. Yes or no? CUMMINGS was treated unfairly by the law. Yes or no? Yes meaning he was treated unfairly. No meaning the law was right. They were justified for treating him that way. CUMMINGS was treated unfairly. Yes, meaning CUMMINGS was treated unfairly. Everyone is equal under the law. Everyone is entitled, it's an entitlement to equal protection under the law. The day he came in, they booed him, they called him roll, they shouted. When he was leaving, the day they see him, our government did not protect him or did not cancel the trial. He was not entitled to equal protection under the law. Today, the same crowd booed the Solicitor General, who has a gun. The Vice President has guns. And the government prosecuting the case got NSA, the Brand National Police, the military with guns. And they are capable of protecting themselves and the accused. But they failed to protect him the day before. And the same scenario played out, and they were given the clear of way. We say Even if Cummings is guilty as a criminal, today, as members of the intelligent class, members of the intelligentsia, Cummings was treated unfairly. Yes or no? I vote yes. I believe he was treated unfairly. Watch me. I always go on the record to vote. He was treated unfairly. The men were all gone, goes through his ordeal, unprotected. The people with guns go there and say they're scared. Case call off. Not fair. Even if he's guilty, it is not fair, in my opinion. Even if he's steal, he should be treated fairly. Should be treated fairly. I have voted. We'll give 15 more seconds. And then we go to the next item. The next item, somebody go call 12.
Very hard, but you got to be strong. If you want to survive, you could be a rich man, you can be a poor man. We are just the same. One life, one blood. Sometimes it gets so hard for you.
We move over to the military. Folks, let us be clear. We must give praises to where praises is due. Our military has done extremely well to stay out of our politics. I had someone call me and say, Minister Fagon, you know, to be quite frank with you, that year, why you couldn't stay in the country, in the struggle with the people in Liberia, and you end up in US talking nonsense all day on Facebook. See how our intelligent ones with no innovation and no creativity, so sad for Liberia. My brother Tiowe, let me pause and take 10 seconds on you. I was in Liberia. I was serving. I came here, I got sick. I got my children here. And I like you. On my sick bed, the government decided that I was no longer worthy of their service. Right? So at the end of the day, they fired me while I was here. You think I run away? My brother, let me be clear with you. Government job, just like pajamas. You wear in the money ticket or you go hustle. And I'm sorry for those who listening to me speak Liberian English to this particular individual. Everybody not sort of work in government. So my own hustle now on this side. Why your problem? Why your problem now? You never wanted me in government, I move from there. I come outside again, you say, why I run away? I was here, I only came with, how you call that bed? Overnight bed. You fire me. Overnight bed, small overnight bed. You fire me. I said, okay, but then they play Italian code, I play with E. Let me say that here and hustle. You there. What am I doing now? You don't want me. I still the player. Then you fair why I can't come back. When I come back, you will give me job. Because me, I ready to sweet sour and all. Stop it, man. I don't want black you from here. You too good. Okay. Everybody fair and say, why you explain yourself to that man? That man have offended me and I choose not to block him. So me he only. Okay. Now back to the military. Brownie Samuka ate the military people money. They remain calm. Today, if you listen to the tape, when I listened to Spoon yesterday upon invitation from one or two friends, to be quite honest with you, I was disappointed. Because they are more concerned about a general standing up for his men than they were concerned about the passionate appeal by this general to his men to stay the course of action in the midst of the terrible pain, suffering, and agony. They were more concerned about the insult to one government minister than they were concerned about the historicity of the abuse of the military by this particular institution. I don't want to put it on Twe. Twe is an individual. The abuse of the finance ministry. They went in on a peacekeeping mission, 45. Because of the level of discipline and professionalism, they requested more of them. They're there now to the tune of 150. And on display, the UN is still asking them, please give us more. But the same UN is cutting down their money. He stood up to them and said, no, I can't send you more men if you keep taking our money like this. Because we need logistics. We need to be equipped for the mission. He is a general. Then he said, tell the people 20%. To where you said, no, I will not take it. Military men are very strategic in their planning. The more you owe the soya and you can't pay, it becomes worse. The less you owe the soya and you are capable of paying, it's better for him as a commander. The 20% cut would have allowed you to owe soya less. It's not that he was cutting it for himself. But you said, no, I will pay it. Pay it now. You can't pay it. It's not that you can't pay it. You turn a blind eye or someone dropped the ball. But you see, soldiers are not teachers. They are not healthcare workers. They can't go on the street to demonstrate. So they suck it in. They suck it in. They suck it in because they are soldiers. They follow orders. Let's look at the historicity of the abuse. Whole government, you can't pay $5,000 rent. Whole government. To get the people that money, you can't give it on time. The conditions there are appalling. But here is where every Liberian is missing out. Mali is where the Tuaregs are. Ah, God, you get patient. The whole Malian government look at the French government, superpower, and expel them from Mali. You go. The whole Malian government look at the ECOWAS and say, to hell with you. That is the place our children are. Our husbands, our auntie. Are those places? The Tuareg era, the Kwame era, the rebel, the terrorists. He talked about terrorism. Can Tue send his son to Mali right now and get him gone with all 1 hour? Let's be fair. Let's be fair. So as a general, he begged them to stay. But he had to make himself, I mean, people don't joke. Soldiers are not politicians. That's why they talk the way they talk. So anyway, the reality is this general had to tell his men what he had to tell them to make them know that he was still fighting for them, that he would not leave them there, that they were not alone. He had to show that he don't give a F. And now, people want to focus on what he said rather than what is happening. We have people in harm's way, and they are not being taken care of. That should be the issue. I don't have issue with what Prince Johnson said as an intelligent man. You know why? He's a soldier. And when his men are dying, he is not happy. He is a true general. He cares about his men. And that's what happened. He listened to his men crying on the battlefront. And he acted. So, let us be clear. As members of the Intelligentsia, I am more concerned about the men and women and their conditions in Mali, not Prince Johnson and Tue. As members of the Intelligentsia, we should be concerned, in my opinion. We should be concerned because our men and women are in a dangerous war zone. So, folks, it is what it is. I put it to you. Is it fair for our men and women to be in Mali without financial support? Yes or no? Is it fair for our men and women to be in Mali without the appropriate financial support? I'd like to be on the record. Forget about the cussing. The answer for me is no. So what Prince Johnson said this, he said that it's not important. It is not important. What is important is our men and women in uniform should not be risking their lives and don't have a place even to lay their heads. Sleeping also on somebody's push. Then you concern because the chief of staff say the minister of finance silly is stupid to think that he know it all. So that's the statement now that is important. I'm very intelligent. That statement is not important to me. The interpretation of that statement to me is frustration. Frustration. That is the expression of frustration. That our soldiers touted to be one of the best in Mali, one of the best battalions or units, should be sleeping also on the Cairo for 5,000 business. 5,000. That one of President WEAH official just gave his girlfriend last night. And I know you will care, I want to. So again, I would like to close by giving a warning to my friend and brother Samuel Twe. When soldiers left from Liberia, Yaka, Valentine-Strasser, Solomon Anthony James Musa, they overthrew the government in Sierra Leone. The Malian contingent left from operations in Chad. They overthrew the government in Mali. The Guinean military, after the suppression of an attempted operation in Guinea, overthrew the government. He said, but Fangon, what are you trying to say? I'm trying to tell you, when soldiers leave from war zones, they see too much and they don't give a damn. You don't want our soldiers in that position. Do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it. Okay? Do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it. And here are the facts. Fact number one, soldiers are not politicians. Therefore, when they say 5:30 in the morning at 5:30, when you tell a soldier to move, they follow orders. Therefore, when you're supposed to do your own, do it. Soldiers are trained, disciplined, and professional men and women. They expect you to be the same. Soldiers are humans. They have families. The fact that they gave their life to the government, that's why they call them GR, government issue. You gave your life to the people. You must have respect for them. By not paying them money on time is disrespectful. By not caring for them in the war zone is disrespectful. Regardless of what the chief of staff said, you are one man and he is one man. There is 150 men and women whose lives are on the line. Beware of what I tell you today before you say, I did not tell you the truth. We'll take a 30 minutes break and we'll be right back.
Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. As long as there is life, there's got to be hope. Oh,
President, we are telling where?
One day, keep on trying. It's gonna be
It will just take me 4 minutes on the one. If I go into detail,
if you pick up
bathroom break.
for so long, and there's nowhere to turn, just take it to the Lord in prayer. He will be on your side.
Jesus. Almost 7 different telephone ringing. Che. I'm on live. I can't take a call.
And you're never gonna fall. You've been hurt so many times. You've been let down by all your friends. Don't lose your mind. Keep trying so hard.
Here and where. I will give you a clue so that I can continue tomorrow. Too many calls coming in at one time. Let me just remind you. In the absence of credible information, you will always have speculations, rumors, propaganda, and everything. I will just give you a clue. Here we go. The Justice Minister gave the Solicitor General 72 hours. He issued a press statement. What became of that? Do you know? No. The LSCC indicted 4 persons in the NPA saga. Bocanio, Bill Twawe, and others were all subject of the investigation. What became of that? Do you know? The NTA boss was taken to LACC, and he was clear. But then he came back, the building got burned with money, everything inside, document all. They issue a statement since that day up to today. Do you know? Don't worry, we can go on and on and on. Somebody just told me, say, Yaya Jammeh, 1994, King from Liberia, stage una coup. We passed that subject quite recently. The NPA light saga. Do you know? Today, we see a diplomatic passport. The vice president comes on and says, my hand out there. They said the men were in the chief of staff in the office of District 14. District 14 representative King said, I don't know that man from nowhere. I never see him before. Where is the foreign ministry? Have you heard anything from them? Imagine the foreign ministry. The vice president said, I didn't apply for it. Or I didn't help him. I know nothing. District 14 representative said, I don't even know that man. I've seen him before. Where is the foreign ministry? Where is the foreign ministry? Who applied for that passport? Because the man who offers the said the man was chief of staff in is supposed to apply. But the man said, I don't even know that man. I never even lay out on him. Where is the foreign ministry? Do you see where I come from? Since the bicentennial thing finished, millions of dollars gone. Who was giving what? How much did they spend? What was it spent for? Who received the monies? Do you know? So it is easy to understand from an intelligence standpoint that President WEAH's bid for the second term is eroding. And it is eroding faster than you think. If I go talk again, I will go say, President WEAH, if I go say, your presidential bid eroding, can't talk about you're not popular anymore. Oh, man, a reactionary. We are the true seditions. We know what's up. We know what's up. If you clearly listen to the chief of staff, you will sense frustration. I'm talking about the defense minister. Same with the police. That's why I keep asking the question. Do you know? Maybe my question will become a talk in the town. Do you know? Because apparently nobody knows anything anymore. And nobody cares to tell anything anymore. So people live in absentia. But you think President WEAH will remain popular if nobody knows anything? People do not even know what development taking place in the country. Do you know? Do you know? Imagine, I'm asking you as an intelligent person, the vice president say, my hand are there. The man supposed to be chief of staff in her office, say, I even lay on that man before. I even know that man, don't come near me. Where is the foreign ministry? Where? You who get a passport, you who authorize it, you can't come and talk. Who ordered the passport? Who requested the passport? Why was the chief of staff in the office of a legislator not given an official passport, but rather a diplomatic passport, which is now being entered into the records as an instrument that was used to swindle, to allegedly swindle and defraud people of up to about $12 million. Where are you guys? Then you say President WEAH is still popular domestically and internationally. Are you joking? We're not saying he's not popular. For us as members of the Intelligentsia, I am a seditious, I don't apologize. But yeah, they got UPS, they got Liberty Party people, ANC people, Tiawon Gongolo people. They get in here. Muslim, Christian, oh yeah, we are intelligent people. You wake up soon in the morning. What's the update on the Princess Cooper's case? What is the latest update? Do you know? I'm on a new toggle. They ain't pay the army people. They're supposed to pay them tomorrow. 700,000 plus. Supposed to be deposited in the account. But we don't know yet. Do you know? The FBI, according to Zeus Carter Jr., knows far more than what they are saying. My brother, can't say that Sammy. Because me, I know. Okay? The views expressed and the comments made here are not mine. But this is the intelligentsia. Do you know what's going on at our stadium? Why is it up to now? The whole dry season pass, and they're supposed to use artificial turf. We'll not be playing our king first couple of games on our stadium. Why are we not playing the first couple of games there? Do you know? Do you know? Yeah, what they have a mess got here. Crying out for justice. You can't brief the people. Do you know? And you think all these things that I just named, somehow President WEAH will still be popular, both at home and abroad? Everything happening in the country, you wouldn't believe it when I tell you. One big man asked me, oh, so Joe WEAH attending Costa Rica conference. I said, what do you mean? Oh, you know COP get conference? Do you know? Conference of Parties. COP. And he said, what do you mean? You don't know. You don't even know where your president going? Do you all know where the president is? Or where he went to? And why he went there? Do you know? Pastor still flying to Liberia. Somebody asking me. I will ask you, do you know? Conference of Parties to the decertification. They call it decertification. They see P-Man. P-Man will go ask me what I want me. I wish somebody was Simon and say, do you know? Desertification is like desert. Conference of Parties. The parties to the conference on desertification, meaning your fertile land becoming desert as a result of inappropriate farming methods, deforestation, or urban extension, something that turning the place into desert. So the world realized that places becoming desert. So they're having the conference on in La Côte d'Ivoire. It's called COP. Do you know? A man said the president going to attend Costa Rica conference. Do you know? Do you know what they call desertification? Some people say desertification, but it's desert. Desertification. Do you know? So again, if you don't know anything, you don't know. So President WEAH does not know that his popularity and his second term bid is eroding. There is a tear and wear on it. Why is that so? What's going on? Do you know that he's on his way coming back to Liberia? Do you know? What's going on? People are getting to the point where information that they need, they're not getting. So the president is not popular at home as he used to be. I'm not saying he is not. He is the front runner. He is the most popular. But like before, all the death, homicide, murders, armed robberies, rape, and insufficient factual information is responsible for the erosion or the eroding effect on his popularity and the tear and wear on his presidential bid. All the good thing he's doing before he can even turn around, baby, Nothing. As you can see, I'm balanced. I put people's statement on, even though if I don't like it, I will put it there. Because we are members of the intelligent class. Okay? Do you know they're waiting for Darlington to go? And the Senate was just asking 2 questions. They said they were asking 2 questions. From there, they were just frying away. Do you know? Samira Pratt, do you know some people on the government allowance? Do you know? Do you know? I see Samira with Kumi's picture. You see? Do you know? You, Samira, do you know the next plane they got for Kumi? Do you know? Oh my God. Do you know? I'm leaving your comment up. Do you know the next plane they got for Kumi? Do you know? Do you know what Toga Gateway McIntosh is going to United Party? Do you know? Do you know why Nathaniel Barnes, Toga Gateway McIntosh, and others shall move away from the CDC SWA? Do you know? Do you know that the airport is dark? Do you know that Cummings did not finger the documents? Do you know? Yeah, because the signature then are there. They're not Cummings' knee. They brought document with 2 different guys' signature on it. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know Cummings didn't? No. Somebody just put something here. Do you know Fagon is begging Cummings for a job? And I see something I can say. The president are begging Cummings for a job. What kind of job? To go stand to the Supreme Court? To stop people from calling him Roro? Not a job now begging for? Do you know Fagon is begging Cummings for a job to go stop the people from calling Cummings Roro? Not a job? Cummings become president, he's not begging the man for a job. This morning, I saw Tiawan Gongo sweeping in front of the Ministry of Finance. I wonder, I said, but what's going on? Tiawan Gongo will be sweeping in front of the Ministry of Finance. So I sat down to myself and said, Tiawan, if you want popularity, don't go sweep in front of the Ministry of Finance. You know the law to your fingertip. All you got to do is suing for rate of prohibition, suing for information, suing for the small material, the LACC report, subpoena the document, all look at the hand. You will get popularity. But you take one small old broom that they've been using for a long time. It starts sweeping in front of the ministry. Do you know what I want me? Like Brembo say, look at that man. You want to Jefferson Koji job. I'm just saying that the truth. Yeah. The people who call you like that and are feeling bad for you. So, folks, let's just recap. Madam Vice President, you need to speak to us as a nation. To the government under President WEAH, we are all equal before the law, and we are entitled to equal protection under the law. The law cannot protect the Solicitor General and protect the Vice President, but fail to protect CUMMINGS. It is unacceptable. Mr. President, you are the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Liberia. The men are under your direct control. Therefore, anything that happened to our men and women in Mali, you will be held accountable as the Commander-in-Chief. So take seize of the matter and address it quickly, not only as President, but as Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, by bringing the Chief of Staff face-to-face with the Minister of Finance and lowering the tension. Last but not the least, Mr. President, the absence of credible information to the people will hurt your 2023 election bid. That is a candid statement from me. Do you know how fake degree look like? Do you know? Do you know how fake degree look like? Well, as we prepare to leave, you can see some of the jealous people. Now, do you know that Ben Sanvi and Mo Ali been fighting? I think we should call Tiawan the broom man. I think we should call him the broom man. Fago, it's too soon for you to go after CDC government. I made you change the statement, then I will address it. I made CDC government, and when I talk about CDC, they're not Congress for Democratic Change, the coalition. We were the founding fathers of that coalition, not Congress. Congress are way 2005, around there. Secondly, I can never go after myself. But that they lie, Musa, that they lie you're being carrying, that causing us to suffer. We can win one seat. What day we endorsing other people, that because of the scene, la. So when we kind of tell the truth, y'all leave it, y'all will move from there. But people will still be there. So it's time for us to be balanced and tell our people the truth. Fagon, you hate CDC. Now they saying Gaje man I can't with you know the difference between the two spelling or what? My brother, I don't know why the government can't show the case or the code, but do you know I think they won't. Well, today was a wonderful day. Members of the intelligent class, if you decide that you want to appear on this show, inbox me. I will give everyone that I select on that day a 3 to 5 minutes conversation with me. And I will start taking 5 persons per day. I will start posting my stuff like today or tomorrow morning. And if you say, look, I want to participate, I will send you the link. All you have to do, you click on it, you will come on, we talk. We are members of the Intelligentsia class, and the people will decide. Again, so that we can have a conversation. Even when I'm doing stuff, I will send a link to you. And I think I have finally agreed that I now settle on 11, 12, and 1 p.m. In the coming days, we'll put up the vote. So I want you to consider your time as to whether you will be able to come to class at 11 o'clock, or we should start the class at 12, or we should bring on the class at 1 p.m. Based on your vote, we will start our class at that time. And we announce to the world that we'll come on every day at that time. Okay? We'll do that. I mean, you still calling me chief? When la grandpa won't eat your money now, they be calling you chief. Oh. We'll continue to fear nothing but the truth. So again, we have 11, 12, and 1 o'clock. And that's what we're suggesting.
Career certificate changed my life. Being able to connect with employers through the platform was the support that I needed. I made a full career pivot to UX design.
So
I'm a beachside hotel. As you can see, I'm pretty relaxed.
Send me an inbox message.
I want Liberian loose down, one of 4 players. I want Liberian loose down, got 1 of 4 players. I want Liberian people, we choose success. I want Liberian people, we choose success.
And y'all see Dylan. And y'all see Dylan picking for follow hello. Y'all know what? Do you know what he mean when he say follow hello? Do you know what Dylan mean when he say follow hello? Une mean he know. Une wishcraft no wishcraft. Two of all we know each other. I'm dedicating this song to A.B. Darius Dillon, Senator of Montserrat County. He's going to be my colleague in the House in 2024. He can put money on that.
Victory, victory, victory.
Dillon, don't worry. Akami, Montserrat will be set.
Victory looks like it was victory. Looks like it was victory. Looks like it was victory. Looks like it was victory.
Thank you for joining us. Think about the time. Please select an hour.
Kaya pepe, 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 kaya pepe.
Team with Yellow Boys.
Yellow Boys. Yellow Boys. Yellow Boys.
Thank you.
Yellow Boys. Yellow Boys. When we go around the top, I said no one suck up to other Liberian darling club, yeah. Liberian golden boys, yeah. Liberian golden boys, yeah.
When soccer got to honor the Golden Boys,
Liberian darling club, yeah.
I or Liverpool, I want to be.
Golden boys, yeah. Liberian yellow boys, yeah.
James Butterworth Carroll. I need to bring me on my show one day. James Butterworth Carroll. One time like you're a soccer maestro. Thank you. Thank you for your contribution.